Welcome back. This is another episode of Turfn Talks podcast. We got the co-host Jan Shep in the building right here, and we got a very special guest, very important to the turf dance culture of the early days. We got DJ Marcus here with us today.
DJ Marcus.
What's up? So, yeah, man, the legend. Y'all don't know. This is why I'm smiling already, because he has made so many moments of my impact of my life with these functions. With the function, man.
A lot of these new kids ain't knowing about the original function.
Oh, nah, they don't know.
You had to be there.
But see, that's why you here, DJ Marcus. You get to school them, you know what I'm saying? Because this our culture, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing this for a long time, man. And DJ Marcus is one of our OGs, highly respected, a father, a community person, as well as a mentor, man. And he's been very good in both of our lives, always been supportive of what we're doing. So, man, without further ado, y'all, DJ Marcus.
Gotta give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
So first off, DJ Marcus, I start the guest off all the time with let them tell a little bit about themselves to the audience. So tell the people, who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
DJ Marcus, everybody Marcus, whatever you want to call me. Born and raised in Oakland. Went to school in Oakland. First started DJing 1996 at Emory High School. Kind of honed my skills from there. You know, when I first started DJing. After I got out of high school, I was still doing high school events here and there. And then one day, I connected with this dude named Sunjata. Y'all probably want to interview him too. It's like our whole situation of how we all connected. What I'm gonna talk about later, of how the Black Saturday stuff all got started. It was like a movie, dude, and how we all met each other and started in a certain place and just kind of grew from there. But back to what I was saying. So yeah, I started DJing a long time ago. When I first met Sunjata, that was like in 94. I want to say like 93, 94. He invited me to this party in Emeryville. It was a college party, or Emeryville.
Oh, Sunjata, you said Sunjata.
Yeah, Sunjata.
Old school Sunjata, man. The one that used to always sell the shoes, man, sell the CDs and stuff, man. Yeah. Shout out to Sunjata. Yeah.
I met him. I forget how me and Sin connected. Oh no, I met Larry first. I knew Larry before I met Sunjata.
Capillary. Shout out Capillary.
I met Larry first.
Yeah.
Larry was like, you need to come through one of our parties. He was throwing a party in North Oakland at this spot on San Pablo. And that's how I met Sunjata, because Sunjata was his main DJ. And we just kind of connected from there.
Okay. So some of the people that you actually, from the original functions and stuff, I'm going to name a few. You could correct me if I'm wrong. Eugene, Jay, you got Capillary, DJ Marcus, which is you, DJ Slowpoke. Shout out to DJ Slowpoke.
I didn't meet Slowpoke. Slowpoke didn't come in the picture till later on.
Oh, okay, okay. But I used to see him around all the time.
He wasn't there in the beginning stages. Yeah, like the beginning stages. Like when we first started throwing functions, our first, the first club that we were doing was J Love's.
Okay.
In Alameda.
Okay.
This was before Black Saturday. The name Black Saturday didn't start till later on.
Yeah.
We had just started doing parties, but the first club we were doing was J Love's, and this was around the time when 5 on it was like fresh new. That's how long ago. Yeah.
Can you tell the people? Just tell the people what is a function. Let's rewind a little bit. If you could just sum up, what is a function?
A function is just like in from my standpoint, it's like a gathering of folks who just come to party and do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like just it's just a place. The way we were doing it is like we had you know, we had parties all over the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after we kind of got the club stuff, we just kind of start renting out halls and just start, you know, having parties in different cities. Like you could pop up, we could pop up in any. We done been to just about every city in the Bay,
So
and
it
then
was.
some. Sacramento.
It was one in particular party that y'all used to throw that was big all the time that I remember. It was Sacramento, I think it was the graduation party. You remember those?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
Man,
did a
graduation
few of
function.
those.
Yeah.
Sacramento, the Martinez Gun Club. That was one of our big ones. That was in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
We had we had Keep the Sneak on Friday. No, we had Be Legit on Friday and Keep the Sneak on Saturday.
Okay.
That and I got footage from that event, and it was major.
How did that whole idea come together? Like, how did it come together to be like, yo, we all gonna start throwing these parties at random different places in different cities, and we gonna do this 3 days on the weekend? How did that whole idea even come to
Well,
fruition?
let me go back to because the story a little long because
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of history in between there.
Yeah.
So going back to like the whole J Loves thing. So when we was doing J Love, that was kind of like the first gathering of when Gene came into the picture when Sunjata took me to a party. Gene was known out here in Concord area. It was a club called the After Dark. Yeah, it was After Dark. Known club in Concord where a lot of people on this side would come to the like I saw Father MC there. They used to have like artists and then Gene through E40's first show there, one of E40's
Oh, is that
first
right?
shows there.
Shout out E40.
After Dark in Concord. Yeah, this is before E40 blew up. This was back when I think this was before even Captain Save a Hoe came out. I think the Practice Looking Hard album. I think it was
Oh yeah,
around that.
that's really early. That's early.
Yeah. So and he was one of the first promoters to throw a show in Concord with E40 back in the day. But he was throwing an event out in Concord, and Sunjata was supposed to DJ. Sunjata already knew Gene,
Okay.
and he was like, this was after me and Sunjata kind of connected. And he was like, bring your crate of records, you know what I'm saying? It's probably cool for you to spin. So I was able to spin. I'm up here DJing at the Sunjata Golf, and Gene inquired about me. He was like, who's the dude up here mixing like you know what he doing?
Yeah.
And so after that, I didn't kind of sing for a while. So Sunjata, he had found this club in Alameda called J Loves, and he was trying to promote it himself. So he threw a couple of parties here and there, but they flopped.
Mm-hmm.
So he called in for reinforcements. He called Gene and he called Capillary.
Okay.
And the first party that we did collectively together was the 5 on It party. We had did a party / concert with the Loonies.
Okay.
And when I tell you that it was packed out, like I thought it was gonna be grand opening, grand closing because there was that many people out there. And you know how the town do, man. Out there doing
Hey, when
you know,
when
we
the
had
players
Alameda.
was playing, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they started doing donuts, and you know, we had Alameda. You know, they wasn't having that.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
they gave us a warning.
Yeah.
They was like, if this gonna continues gonna be, then y'all ain't gonna be able to have parties here no more. So that's when we had to like put a security team together to kind of like regulate the area, make sure people would leave after the club was over with. And we was in there for a long, long time. And then from there, we were still doing events. And after we left J Loves, we went over to Club Faces. I don't know if y'all remember Club Faces. Club Faces.
Where was that located?
Club Faces. It was on Foothill and Fruitvale. It's a wash house now. If you go over there now, it's a wash house.
I think I might know what you're talking about. Cause y'all notorious for the one on 27 too. A couple of them though.
27.
Y'all used to 27.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the church? You talking about the church?
Yeah.
That's the church. I think the church came later on. But as far as like the clubs, when we were just trying to lock in club, the second club was Club Faces. That was on Fruitvale and Foothill.
Okay.
And then from there, after that kind of bundled over, we had moved over to Richmond.
Okay.
And Richmond was the Candlelight. I don't know if y'all ever heard of the Candlelight in Richmond.
That sounds so familiar,
That sounds
bro.
familiar,
Yeah,
bro. We was.
They
that
used
sounds
to call it
familiar.
the Candlelight.
Yeah, yeah.
The Candlelight, like
Yeah.
in like close to North Richmond.
Okay.
I know y'all know history of North Richmond,
Oh yeah,
but yeah. So we was kind of like just doing like club stuff for a long time before we started moving around to city. And one time we did a party in Berkeley. I still got the flyer for that. Through a party in Berkeley, and we named it. It was Black Friday, a Black Friday or Black Saturday, something like it's either one of the two. We named it that, and we had did a couple of parties that were named Black Saturday, Black Friday, and it just kind of stuck. After a while, like people start calling it that. I don't know how it just became that, but people had just started calling it that. And that was just the name that just kind of, even though we might have titled our event something different, it was still called a
Black
Black
Saturday.
Saturday.
It's Black Saturday.
Yeah.
Legendary, man.
Yeah.
If your name was
So
tied to anything that had something to do, man, everybody was always inquiring, is it a Black Saturday? Is it Black Saturday? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
everybody
literally.
knew everybody knew the
It used to
infamous
be a
telephone number to
line you used to have to
call
call.
and get the directions to the event. We
Oh
passed out
yeah.
flyers.
It used
Yeah,
to be up
but
there with Map Quest. With
if
Map
you
Quest.
wanted to know where it was at, you had to call the infamous number.
Man,
Yeah, you
and
had to call that line.
and then rest in peace, Gene, man. Y'all was good with that. Y'all had numbers, man, like secret, secret code numbers to dial, and you know what I'm saying, just to find out where everything was at, man. That was dope. I
Yeah,
remember that.
we did a lot of historical events. Like people don't understand like the history of when the Dog Pound came out to Oakland.
Mhm.
That was Gene, my boy Teddy, aka Skinny Kid. He was like the head financier of the event.
Mhm.
Rest in peace, Teddy, West Oakland, Lower Bottom, 10th Street. Him and Virgin Child VT, it was a collaboration between them and Gene and Sanjata and Larry on how the Dog Pound got out here. Like
Mhm.
that was
So
major,
let me ask
you
you
know.
this. Let me ask you this, DJ Marcus.
Yeah.
Because with the Dog Pound, that was like a big, like legendary
That was huge.
town event. Everybody knew about that. It was on the news.
Yeah.
So besides the negative response that it got from the media and everything like that, like give us your evaluation of how did that party go down inside? Like what was it like in there? For the people that wasn't there and just only heard the bad things about it, you know what I mean? In which it was a good thing because you heard a lot of good things, but the end of it, you was hearing some other stuff. But what was your take on the inside on what you visioned inside? How was the party going?
So it was a good amount of people that was able to get inside, but there was still a lot of people outside that couldn't get in.
Mm-hmm.
What people don't know that was never talked about, what people don't know is that we Oakland police was paid $10,000 to secure the perimeter of the mall back then.
Okay.
Wow.
People never mention that or don't know about that, but I do. I can tell you why the police didn't do their job is because of this one officer, and I don't even care because he don't even work for Oakland police. I don't even know if that dude's still alive.
Yeah.
This one officer, Lieutenant Silva, had denied our. It's all this stuff is in the newspaper, so
Yeah.
it don't even matter. It's all public record. So, he had denied our permits because you got to get permits to do events and certain venues, and he denied it. So, but we had plugged with a member of city council. His name is Larry Reed. Larry Reed retired some years ago. This was like years ago, and he overturned his decision on denying our permit. So he was upset about that. So we assumed that he just said to tell his officers that was up under him not to secure the permit. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And so there was no police presence around the whole
Oh wow.
perimeter of. Yeah, see, a lot of people don't know about that. And it was talked about. Gene had got interviewed on Soul Beat a few days after the Dog Pound event and was talking about that. I don't know where that recording is at, but I remember seeing it a couple of days later on Soul Beat because he was interviewed by one of the hosts on Soul Beat. I forget dude's name, but he was one of the hosts back then that had a show. And they were talking about that, and I was like, we should have sued Oakland. Probably could have got a lot of money because they was paid to do a job and they didn't do it.
So to sum everything up, it sounds like that, you guys actually did the right protocol, and throwing
The
a
dog
successful.
they did get on stage and perform. A lot of people said they didn't perform. Yes,
But they
they did
did.
get on stage and perform after business and stuff was taken care of and all that. They did get on stage and perform. But the amount of people that there was still room for people to get up in there, but because it was so much chaos going on around the whole Eastmont area, the door got shut off.
Okay.
The police came later on after the chaos started, and then just trying to shut stuff down so nobody else couldn't get in.
Exactly, but at the same time, what they were supposed to be paid for and do their job, it could have prolonged and had a better ending story at it. And you guys seem like you did you guys due diligence and actually making this.
I remember Gene telling me, he was like, man, if he was like, if I had a chance to do all that over again, we would have did it in San Jose instead of Oakland.
Well,
Because when we
Mhm.
we did 2 events in San Jose, we was the first people to bring out Foxy Brown to the Bay Area when he first came out at the San Jose Civic Auditorium. That was 96 going into 97, New Year's Eve. It was her, Be Legit's rec release party at the same time. This is when the Hemp Museum album came out.
Okay.
That had In Your City on it and all that.
Oh yeah.
His regular party / New Year's Eve / Foxy Brown's performing at this event, like all in one package. Yeah. 96, and then I think we brought Corrupt back out there in 1999 going into 2000, and this is when that Y2K bug crap was going on.
Yeah.
So that messed with our numbers. A lot of people didn't show up to that.
Yeah, everybody was tripping over that watch.
Did nothing happen. But that's the media for you, man. They just provoke fear in folks and folks be spooked and instead of just living your life.
So in other words, man.
But then next year, I know we kind of all over the place, but that's kind of like that era right there before we kind of start doing like, different spots.
Yeah.
Right. What was your target like age range? Because by the time you get to the when you're throwing functions, right? It's like it's a wide range of age of kids. What did it start at? Because you throw it, you throw events inside like clubs and stuff like that, right? But then again, there's events that you guys gear to that we could be in there that you throw for youngsters that's like 16. What made you guys do that? Because that was an untapped market.
Yeah, when we ran out the halls, it was the age group was kind of like between 16 and 20. Like between older high school kids and that were like in 11th, 12th grade, and people that were like in college or junior college. So a lot of people would go to college, come home for like breaks, summer break or spring break, and be right at our parties.
Literally, I was one of them.
Yeah.
Come home from winter breaks and be right at the function, right at the party. But you know what I respect about that though? It's like you guys, like a lot of people don't take chances on the young black youth in Oakland, right? And at that time, in the early like late 90s, early 2000s, around that time, there was really not too much going on in the town for us as youngsters. So for y'all to have those. And knowing that on the weekend, especially us dancing, give us something constructive to do.
We was the soundtrack to a lot of people's high school, early college. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, if you talk to different folks who attended our parties, they'd be like, man, if you know, families was started from our parties.
yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
real,
saying?
for real.
Yeah. So everything wasn't bad, but you know, the media always want to focus on just the negative
Negative,
stuff.
yeah,
They
yeah.
not never focus on a lot of the positive stuff that you know that have came out of the events that we've done. They just focus on the negative stuff and this happened and that happened and woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That just comes with the territory of the type of things, you know, events that you're doing. The regular nightclubs deal with the same stuff.
Yeah, really.
People
hmm
bring their drama to public events instead of leaving it where it belongs, which is in the street.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yeah,
Yeah. So, but um, the kind of I was gonna wait for you to answer the tie-in with the turf
right.
stuff because I could talk on that too.
Yeah, no, that was gonna be. I was gonna
Well,
be my next question was when did you first? Because see, now we're giving them the timeline of the functions. So this is like the audience know this is where we used to dance at. But for you, when did you first start noticing and seeing that? Wait, there's the youngsters that come to my parties and they always dancing. Like when did you first catch on, or how did you see it?
Uh, I want to say I really kind of want to say like uh maybe late '90s, early 2000s,
Hmm.
somewhere around there. Just kind of like it was this one dance. I was talking to Shep about it. Uh, like the dudes would be dancing with the ladies. I don't know if it's called you guys call it gigs, right? Or
yeah,
just
gigging, hitting
gigging.
that shit or gigging.
But you know, they kind of put both their hands on their
Hands on
knees.
Yeah,
knees, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
Yeah, so
butterfly. It was like a mock 'em,
that was
yeah.
kind of like the first stage. I want to say that kind of dancing because I everybody used to do it,
Hmm.
and that I think that came kind of before like turf dancing really kind of like really
Yeah,
start
yeah,
growing and
yeah.
evolving into what it became, what it is
Right.
today. But that was kind of like the one of the first things, and then I also remember like all the dudes from West Oakland,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ghost Town in particular, they had this little stomp they used to do with their foot. You know that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they used to
Yeah,
do that
hold
little
on,
stomp with
man.
their
I don't know if you. Hey, I don't know if they could claim. Hey, shout out to West Oakland, man. I love West Oakland. 'Cause when I
I
start
know
seeing,
you was going. I
It
knew you
would,
was
it would always be the cats from West Oakland doing it though. Um, uh,
I knew,
Creed
Chef.
is
I knew you was gonna say something.
Renee can sit
Creed
here and
and
argue with
Richie.
me because Renee from West Oakland, you know what I'm saying? But that stump, man,
You
you know, that's from the man. Hey, shout out to
know you
Malik.
was gonna say
You
that
know what I'm saying?
700.
Hey, Malik, Sam Hunter Malik, man, he came out with that. So, man, we owning that one right there, man. I don't know what to say about anything else, man. You know what I'm saying?
I see the West Oakland cats do it all the time.
Yeah,
That's the dudes from Ghost Town.
Yeah, most definitely, most
And
definitely. They got it with their
yeah,
turfing, man. So,
yeah. And the Ghost Town cats used to mess with us heavily at the functions. So that's how I used to always see them when they get to dance and they all be over there with that foot.
so
And
DJ Marcus, let me back it up a little bit, right? Because before the turfing and the gigging and hitting that, right? So because you more older than more of up in age than us. So what was the dancing like back in y'all days? Like, was it popping, boogaloo, and gigging? Like, what was the experience of the dancing from back then when you were maybe in high school and stuff like that?
uh, shoot, when I was in high school, or kind of out of high school, this was back in like uh early MC Hammer days. You know, people
Oh,
was in the
shout out
club
to
doing
MC
the
Hammer
Running
too.
Man and
yeah,
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 doing the
yeah.
Running Man and all
Yeah.
those people still use some of them old moves from back in the day in today's dance routines. I be peeping some of the stuff. What was some of the other dances? The people were snaking back
Oh yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah,
Snaking. Yeah. Oh yeah.
stuff like that.
They
Yeah,
actually
that
got an
was like
OG
early
dancer.
2000s.
Butterflies. And,
They actually got an
yeah.
Huh?
OG dancer, man. I was looking him up. His name
Yeah.
was Snake something. I, you know.
what was that one dance? It was
Y'all was
a lot
doing
of
them
people.
house party dances, basically.
The butterfly. That was one of the other
Butterfly,
Oh,
dances.
but that came from the
Yeah,
video
Tootsie
though.
that was
Roll.
like
The Tootsie Roll and the Butterfly.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are like earlier songs people were, earlier, dances people were doing back then.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school. Yeah.
So
But
when did you first notice your connection as DJing and realizing that it's you, like who is like really like getting these parties going with the dancers? Because it's really you and the type of music that you spinning that used to get us
a lot of
like
people
you.
used to call me the thug DJ because
Yeah,
I always play that thug get you
yeah,
hyper type music. Like
yeah.
it was one song. It was this one song that I would play that sometimes it would just shut the party down.
I already know what you're talking about.
The grand opening, grand closing. And
Is it that
some
nationwide, that
nights
Too
it
Short?
fly over cool. Some nights it just be on and popping.
Look,
It
I'm
was
gonna name two songs that used to shut the function down instantly. If you play that nationwide Too Short, what the fuck you gonna do? I was an instant fight.
could be a better player. Could be a
Yeah,
better
Couldn't
player.
be
you
a
couldn't be a
better
better
player
player.
than me.
That
Chinese
was an instant shutdown.
Take me down like that.
You
Hey,
know what's
how
so
you
crazy?
out
Let me
and
tell you something
tell
about that.
me what the? There you go.
Let
Oh
me
my
tell you
bad.
something about that.
I got caught up in the
Man.
moment, man. My
The first time I broke that song, it was Eugene's. I still got the cassette tape right now as we
Mhm.
speak.
So you wait, hold on.
Because
Before
I
you say
recorded.
this, you broke that song out here in the back. You broke it.
I heard the song first from Rob Rez.
Okay.
He played it for me at Jeffries. This
Mhm.
was before I even got a chance to play it at the function.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's kind of tight. I was like, all right. I was like, that's tight. And so one night I had played it. I played it, and it was in Concord. It was Eugene's. I think maybe his 20th or 21st birthday or 20th, somewhere around there. I still got the cassette tape somewhere around here. I still got the
Mhm.
tape. And dude, I'm telling you, when I played that song, they went
They was going
crazy
hard.
up in here.
They was going hard.
It wasn't no fighting or nothing like that, but they
Yeah,
went crazy. Gene was
right.
like, "What the hell is that you playing?" I was like, "Dude, this is a new little Too Short Lil
Yeah,
Jon."
yeah,
It's kind of like when Lil Jon was still coming up,
right.
and dude, they went crazy in there. And so I put it in the playlist every time we did a party, and it
Mhm.
just kind of started getting played. I broke a lot of records that didn't get played on the radio.
They got played
And
in
you
the
broke a
street.
lot of key,
I
a
could
lot of key
MC
records.
Breed, give you
Yeah.
what you want. They wasn't playing that on the radio. When I met
Oh,
MC Breed, when he came to the Bay Area, when we was doing events at the Caribbean, he came in the club. I'm like, dude, this song right here is hot out here in the Bay Area because I broke it.
mhm.
Excuse me, I didn't break it. Let me take that back. DJ T broke that song first.
But as a
DJ T
collective,
broke that song.
y'all all broke it together. Y'all did y'all
Yeah,
thing.
as a collective.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was playing it before I was, and he kind of stopped DJing, so I took his record. And
Right.
then I took that song and started incorporating it. It's like it was a lot of songs that, well, that's the fun thing about being a DJ. Like you have the control to make or break music.
Yeah, yeah.
You as a
Mhm.
DJ,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff I broke never was ever played on the radio.
And that's the thing, man. We got
Yeah.
so much talent out here. It's ridiculous, man. What brings me to my
Yeah.
next question as well, man. We got a lot of talent out here, and I think that a lot of the things that's going on out here, man. We go be seen very soon. If we're not being seen now, for sure, we for sure go be seen. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the artists out there. So the question I wanted to ask you was, as a DJ, as DJing for so long as you've been DJing, um, how did you? I think you already answered that question, huh, Renee? Like, how with the turfing and how do you intertwine with the turfing and back in the day, what's it called? The turfing and dancing.
Oh yeah, that's what we were
Okay,
just talking
my
about.
bad, my
How
bad. Okay, he didn't answer. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, well, back. So kind of like I felt like I kind of like seen the beginning stages of turfing because
Mhm.
from the gigs or getting it, or is it getting it?
Gigging,
hitting it.
yeah.
I feel like I seen these stages of that because it kind of grew. It kind of grew from there.
Mm-hmm.
I started seeing dudes like in a crowd, and they were doing all this. Uh, uh, they was doing something different, and it was not with the ladies this time. It was kind of like the dudes getting up in there doing stuff, and like the early stages of like when dudes was like, I guess when they is it called tutting when they doing the
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I started seeing cats doing stuff like that, and I don't know what a lot of the moves were called, but I would start seeing a lot of stuff,
Okay.
and I just seen it kind of evolve from there, even before when Turfn started getting into like competitions and stuff like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just crazy how it evolved, and like a lot of people, not even just black folks, like. I see a lot of Asian cats and all these
Yeah.
other people like turf testing out here. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How it evolved here. Yeah.
The whole plan
And
of
you
it
got to
all.
see that from the early stage.
Yeah. But I say again, I feel like me personally, me and Shep talked about this. I feel like the kind of like the foundation of kind of how turfing got started. I feel like a lot of it came from our functions where it kind of
It literally did.
started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
kind of evolved from there. Because I feel like I seen like the early stages before it, evolved to what it is today.
Well, you
It
definitely said.
definitely had a lot to do.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Renee.
No, go ahead. You get ready.
Oh, okay. You definitely hit it on the nail when you was talking about the hands on the knees and shaking and stuff like that, because most of the time during those days in turfing, man, like we couldn't mess with the females, man. They was popping, doing all that stuff, man. And from what I
Yeah.
know
So the
growing up,
ladies didn't play. When they come to dancing, they didn't play.
bro,
They did not
what?
play.
What? Hey,
No.
bro, look, listen, they'd tear us up, bro. We be just sitting on the
Yeah, we
wall,
can do
and
it.
it wasn't until
Yeah.
my older
Back up
brother.
against the wall.
Man, we were just on the wall, like didn't know what to do, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, nah, something got to happen. So, man, I just
Right.
remember from back in the day, man. Even my brother, man, Aunt Shep, you know what I'm saying? He used to have his people, man. It's a dude that a lot of people don't know named Jay Black from 98th and Brookfield. He had a brother named Tyrone. And man, Jay Black used to
Mm-hmm.
always hit the Brookfield all the time. He used to always hit the Brookfield, throw up the Nas or whatever. You throwing up the P, whatever the case may be. But that and then I used to see them doing the little shaking on the hips. I mean, shaking, put their hand on the kneecaps and shaking and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I drew interest in that, but it was at a real young age, maybe about like 9 or something like that. I was real young. So to be concise about that conversation, man. That's when I first experienced as well. Like the turfing and what this was. So yeah, you spot on point with that.
Like I feel like certain areas had like that thing, like like all the Frisco cats. They was doing the get
Get
low.
low, exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah, but I heard it was some conflict history about where it originated
It's
from.
always yeah.
Between San Francisco and these two cats from Vallejo. They used to run with the E40 in them. They used to do dances
Uh,
with pork. I saw a video where some conflict on where the Get Low originally came from, but I used to
Yeah.
always see the Frisco cats do it. I
but
at the time I didn't
I think
know.
his name was Muzzy or something, Muzzy or something like that. That messed with E40, man. He used to because I used to talk to him. He
Yeah,
got a gold teeth, like Mike Tyson or something.
yeah,
Real
I
cool
know you're
dude.
talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, he used to be dancing
yeah,
for E40 back in the day because I remember when I was touring with him.
yeah. I remember some of the early videos.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, some of the
yeah.
early
He was
videos.
telling me like, man, yeah, I used to be
Dude.
hitting in the gig and shit, man. Y'all don't know, da da da. He was showing some little video. I'm like, oh, okay, man. So sometimes that's why your predecessors, you gotta really conversate with them, really understand this game, because some of the things you might be thinking you're doing that's new, it's not new, man. You probably just tweaked it a little bit. You know what I mean? But they've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Muzzy, man. Shout out to E40, man. Shout out to Mac Dre, man, all the cats, and special shout out to JT, the bigger figure, man. Get low, man, because that's what I remember. And when he was coming up, yeah,
Like like back then, you knew if you knew where a lot of cats was from just by the way they danced. And
most
the
definitely.
Frisco cats,
Man, right?
they was known for that get low. So I was like, most 9 times back then, 9 times out of 10, you doing get low.
Renee, man, I'm
It
waiting
was
for
a
you to
it was a
step
point
in,
in
man.
time.
Renee, step in, because
I was gonna
everybody
say
knew us for dancing down in Oakland, man. Come on, man.
it was a point in time to where you knew,
Yeah.
like they used to know we was from the town. They used to know we was from Oakland and other cities because
Most
it was only us that was turf dancing and shit. Really,
Right.
like the people in the city that had a get low and a sack, they do that little spider or whatever.
definitely.
But we was the only ones that was like straight up gigging like how we was gigging. It's funny towards how it's spread now. But a lot of that stuff did start at your functions. Like when you guys was having them in other cities, me and Chef gained a lot of popularity, and that's how we got to music videos because we started being known in a wider area. Because not
Right.
only are we known in Oakland for dancing, now we known in Tracy, now we known in Concord and Walnut Creek and all these places. So that
Right.
kind of the parties and the functions really ushered turf dancing into the mainstream because that's literally how we started getting into the videos. We was the first ones in mainstream video in the Baby Bash video. So it's
Right.
literally like the functions. It really birthed more than just a dance. It's almost like the culture came from
Culture, yeah.
it. You know,
Dude, it's even some DJs that give me credit for like inspiring them to like DJ. DJ Quest is one of them.
Oh,
You
that's
know
the
who DJ
homie.
Quest
Shout
is,
out
right?
DJ Quest, man.
yeah.
That's the homie.
He was
The
he was
DJ for the jacket, right? He used to DJ for the jacket.
yeah, he was a DJ
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the jacket. Yeah. He'll tell you to this day, he was like, man, Marcus is one of the reasons why I got into DJing.
Mm-hmm.
And then even Slowpoke, he'll tell you the
Shout
same
out
thing. I'm
Slowpoke.
so proud of him. You know what I'm saying? He touring with Short now, and you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I'm like, that's what's up.
And that's go ahead.
No, you know,
Oh, and that's the thing, man, because you got, man, and that's what we preserving our culture with turfing, because everybody
Mm-hmm.
play a role, no one's left out, man. And even as DJ Marcus, shout out to DJ Slowpoke, shout out to DJ Slowpoke touring with Too Short. That's what you said, right? He touring with Too Short.
yeah,
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 doing
he's
this
too short.
thing, man, and there's a lot of people that, kind of somewhat in the radar, but under the radar, man, that need their flowers,
Yeah.
even with you as well, man. Like, so that brings me to my other question as well. So, what major artists that you have DJ for?
Or DJ Witt I've done events with.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, whew.
I know it's a lot.
Dude, you have no idea.
They gotta
Just
take
under
a
the
breath.
bubble stuff that we did. I'm not gonna say in no particular order because it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. So Dog Pound, Foxy Brown, Be Legit, 3 Times Crazy, Drew Down, AMG. You know AMG is, right?
Yeah.
Bitch Better Have My Money.
Yeah, yeah.
LA dude.
Mm-hmm.
We done shows with him twice
Okay.
in Berkeley. We done H-Town in San Francisco.
Old
the
school
Maritime
H-Town.
Hall.
Hey.
Yeah. Who else have we done? JT the Bigger Figure, Messy Marv, San Quinn. We never. I was tripped. We never got a chance to do RBL, but I forgot.
Yeah,
that,
RBL Posse.
But the earlier stages of RBL, with
Yeah.
the thing that happened with Mr. C,
Right.
that was like early stages before kind of like Black Saturday got started. So that's I had always thought about that. I was like, why we ain't never did RBL? But
Yeah.
it made the time make sense,
Right.
with the stuff, with the history of stuff that had happened. But what other who else have we done? We worked with just about every artist back then. Sibo,
Okay.
Marvelous.
Okay.
Who
Marvelous from
else have we done?
Sacramento. Or the female Marvelous. Yeah. Okay.
Marvelous back in the day. Yeah, we did Sibo at J Love's. This was back when Birds in the Kitchen first came out.
Mm-hmm.
We cooked the birds in the kitchen.
Guys and shit. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a show with him and J Love. That was back in like 94, 95, somewhere around there. Who else? The Loonies.
Mm-hmm.
Before they blew up.
Shout out to
You know what I'm saying? Dude, I remember hearing Operation Stackola perform before he even touched the radio. We did a show with them at DBC College,
No, okay.
and this
Give
Five
me a
on It
second.
had just started getting played on the radio, and 500 just started getting played on the radio, but they had performed all the songs that they performed was every song. They did a lot of songs off that Operation Stackola album. Like
So you got the preview.
if you was at that event, you was getting a sneak preview of the album before it really took off. And who else we did shows with? And Corrupt. I'll leave Corrupt. This Corrupt when he was on his solo career. Corrupt. Who else? I'm probably leaving out some other folks, but that's like the majority of artists we've done. We've done like Keith the Sneak when he was on his solo career. We've done a few shows with him. Yeah, but that's pretty much that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm probably gonna remember some.
I said, shout out Keith Sneak, man. He been doing it for many years, man. Shout out Keith Sneak.
Man, I love that dude, man.
He good. He a good dude, man. He a real good dude.
Yeah.
Always make good music, man.
So if
it's always love.
Renee, you got anything to say? Because I was gonna ask him about the relationship with Lil D.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So what's your because I know you got a relation. You was naming some of the people that celebrities that you DJ for, which and what we feel is a celebrity in the town, man. Sometimes his image may get painted negatively, and we want to shed some light on him, Lil D, man, because he's doing a lot of things. Great entrepreneur within the community, doing things, positive things with Mr. Fab and a collective of others.
Oh yeah,
Marshawn Lynch and Fam First and the rest of them, and we just want to shed some light on what's your relationship with Lil D. How did y'all meet? And we just want to shed some light on his positivity and what he's doing in the community.
We didn't physically meet until he, actually came home. But he was, doing events while he was still inside.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 2018. I did an event for him. That was it was his event. It was up in Stockton. E40 performed that night too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it was up at the Stockton Arena in their clubhouse, a turf house, a clubhouse.
Okay.
That was one of the first events I did for him. So fast forward after he came home, when he got into position, because when he came out, when he got settled, he started doing events. But I wasn't in the picture just yet. I didn't come into the picture until what was the first event I did for him? I kind of came in the picture when he was doing his events at Barone's. Some of his folks some of his folks that knew me, telling him about me. It's like, hey, Marcus know his stuff. He does X, Y, and Z, not even just a DJ, but I'm at the point right now where I'm doing more like live sound and lighting design and saying stuff like that. So, but he had already saw some of my work previously when I did that event for him back in 2018, and it was a welcome home party for JB and Black and James Beasley, JB. It's they welcome home. Them two had came home before he did, and that party, the white party, the white parties that he was doing at Barone's and Pleasanton was kind of like the first some of the first events that I've done for him, and he liked my work, and I've been on his team since then, doing events. Like we just recently did a all-star event at the Hibernia in San Francisco, and it was lit in there. Then last year, the white party last year was like insane. Like it's a lot of footage all over social media with that event. But that's kind of like beginning stages, and I just been on the team with him ever since.
And for the people that don't know who Lil D is, man, great dude. From what I've heard of him, he's been incarcerated for over, I think, 28 years or something like that. And came home doing a lot of positive things in the community. And he throws
Man,
it.
he came back home like he never left.
Never
Like
left,
real
man.
talk.
And he and every year he's throwing great events for the grown and sexy and positive and entrepreneurs and the people of somewhat of leadership around in the communities. And everybody tap in to what Lil D's doing, man, and make y'all self available, man, because he's a collective of others that he's with. They're all doing throwing these events, and it's no problems, no trouble, no violence, no none of that. It's just positive. So y'all tap into that, Lil D, man, from East Oakland.
So what's next for you? Like you got anything you working on, any projects, any like collaborations or any events or anything coming up?
Right now, I'm just working on my business. I'm kind of trying to transition out of like DJing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I still DJ now to this day, I'm still like do events here and there. But I've been transitioning more into getting into more live sound and events like uh, the party that Lil D had, the white party that he had. They had this band called Dirty Rice. They're from LA. Who came and performed at his white party last year, and it was uh, that turned into a blessing for me because they got the opportunity to meet me, and they like my work, they like what I do, because in the industry that I'm tap more into, it's not a lot of us doing it at that level like
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's more so the other folks. And they was impressed with my work ethic and how I got down and how I take care of business. They was like, we want you to be our touring sound engineer. We just did a
Mm,
show. I did a show uh, that Saturday after these All-Star party on that Friday. It was up in Sacramento
mm.
at the DoubleTree Hotel, and I provided sound and lighting for the band. So that's the world that I'm tapping into more so now.
Okay.
I got other side businesses that I do. Like I mount TVs and install security cameras, but that's like my big breadwinner is my audio visual company.
Right. Would you ever consider teaching? Would you ever teach your skills, your DJing skills?
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because a few people told me it's like, dude, you need to start doing some tutorials on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
mean, I
dope.
feel like a lot of
Some YouTube,
like
some how tos.
I feel like a lot of stuff is like already taught and said. If I want to be unique
Mm-hmm.
in my situation, I would have to really sit back and think about that, because when you talk about uh, YouTube is so saturated with tutorials and all this other stuff. Even in the industry that I'm in, uh, I've learned a lot of stuff off YouTube. That's like my go-to school and
Right.
university when I'm trying to learn something. I,
The
I
new
go
Google.
to YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, like I'm a YouTube junkie now, dude.
Yeah.
Like real talk. Like, I stay on YouTube learning something because
Mm.
it's always somebody teaching something.
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
There's plenty ways to skin a
So,
cat, man. Like you might think you know something, and you doing it a certain way, but it's somebody that found another way that might be more easier for you in that type of environment. Whatever, it's so many ways to do one thing. So yeah, YouTube is like a dictionary, a new dictionary or something. Could
yeah.
be.
yeah, so that's where I'm at these days, still maintaining, I have to give a major shout out to my boy Eugene, man. Like I really miss that dude.
Who you, Jane, man?
That's how
Uh,
Eugene.
G5 and
Yeah,
him and DJT,
yeah.
all left over is Capillary and me and Sanjata. That's the left of the crew
Oh,
of the core crew. There was still other people that were tapped in,
Right.
like Rude, my boy Kiri, Rude Boy, and who else was kind of tapped in as Evan. Everybody used to call him Rusty.
shout out Rusty.
Uh, yeah, Evan and who else? They used to kind of promote with us. Uh, I forget. Oh, so later on, this one I stopped kind of doing the function parties, but like Dage and Demir kind of segued off, start doing. They had started like collaborating with Gene earlier on before they started doing their own thing.
Oh,
They were doing like college parties. The college parties.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Dage and like Demir and them kind of drifted off and started doing their own thing after a while, but they kind of learned under Gene umbrella, and a lot of these promoters, like I feel like what we was doing back then
Mm,
would never be duplicated
hell
because
no.
we
yeah.
didn't have social media and platforms like that back then. All our promotion was flyers and word of mouth and that infamous telephone number.
And shout
Uh,
out too to them too, man, because they put their grind in too. You know,
dude,
Demir and
if we had
Dada.
so
That gay
if
name.
we had social media back then on
Oh
top of
yeah,
Woo!
what
man,
we
y'all.
was already
It'd have
doing,
been
Man.
dangerous. It'd
It'd
have
have been,
been
yeah,
dangerous.
yeah.
oh,
And then some of the people
dude,
nowadays would have been even on another level, because it's just it
the
Yeah.
always keep
whole
upgrading.
plateau because you at that point you are being exposed to the world at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Start with social media, you start exposing yourself to the world. I was like, we was tapped in that way back. Oh my goodness, I couldn't even imagine.
Hey, Marcus. Somebody told me this to tell you. Thank God they didn't have social media because it was that one party bus you was on and stuff. You know.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, we would have loved it. Hey,
Man, I
Marcus, we'd have loved to have that one, boy. We'd have loved to have that one.
man, I had fun that. Uh, that was your birthday, wasn't it?
On my birthday.
That was your birthday, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. We thinking me and Tank, man. We thinking about because it was so fun, bro. We thinking about trying to bring
Run it
that
back.
back. But me and Tank, man, me and him, we go find a way for me and him to get into it every time, every year our birthday. You know what I'm saying? But it's all always in fun, man. I love them. But we need to run that one back, man, because I think you need some get back on that one. From what I heard from somebody that was saying that somebody
I
was
was
on.
doing too much. Problem was, I thought it was gonna be some food at the club we were going to, and it
Oh
wasn't.
man.
You know, I had got the party started early, drinking and stuff. Paid the price.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that no
Right.
It
time,
be like
man.
that, bro. Like, hey, that didn't happen to me before the VIP, man. Matter of fact, it was crazy.
Your boy Tank back there laughing. Your boy Tank back there laughing at
Man,
me.
hey, listen, hey, Marcus, man, I'm up in the club. I'm Cool John's sister, Plain Jane, man. This is before they
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
took
the neck.
off.
The neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. They up on she on the side. I'm with Tank ass again. I'm with his ass, man. I'm just do, and then I try to stand up. I'm like, man, what the hell? Everything starts spitting. I look over to the left, Cool John's sister looking at me. I'm like, hey, this is something right there. Then it's coming up. So man, I just heard it just boom right there in the VIP. So everybody, but my homies had my back. Everybody surrounded me, made sure I didn't look stupid and shit, you know. So hey, DJ Mark, we both got one underneath our belt, man. We all right, man. Everything will be all right. It's part of the game. Yeah. But
So you got anything you want to tell? Because we about to hit the coming up to an hour mark, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. So any messages you want to give to the people? Anything you want to promote? Give an Instagram out. Anything you want.
Oh, my business. Know anybody needing live sound for an event? Me and my crew, we do it all. Sound, lighting. Matter of fact, I'm working on some video footage now. I have my boy Terry. He does a lot of recording for me because it's hard for me to record stuff while I'm working. Just footage for my business to promote. And so I have him come out while I'm doing events, but so I can show my work and show people what I do.
Right.
And so I'm doing live sound. I'm on all social media platforms. My business is on the Maximum SPL. Matter of fact, it's probably backwards I'm showing on here, but this is my business logo right here.
With that Max LMM? LMM?
No, it's Maximum SPL.
Oh,
This
okay.
backwards.
I see.
It's backwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
what about
Maximum
social
SPL.
media? Twitter or Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, Maximum.SPL on Instagram, Maximum SPL on Twitter, Maximum SPL LLC on Facebook. I even got a YouTube channel that I'm still kind of working on, kind of building up, for my business. But I'm all my company's under all social media platforms.
Okay. All right.
People that need, having shows or event where they need sound for shows and stuff like that. Tap in. I'm your guy.
Birthday party, events and everything.
Yeah.
We appreciate you stopping by, bro. You mean a lot to the culture, man. So this one meant a lot. When Chef said he could get you on, I was like, oh yeah, for sure, we got to, because now the new generation get to see one of the, they get to hear the history and they get to see one of the faces behind a lot of this that's going on right now. So this one was really important, bro. And
it's just weird when they talk about functions and stuff like that. I was like, the newer generation, I was like, man. I was like, y'all can have it, but it was never y'all, unless you had to be there. At a Black Saturday event. You really had to be there.
But these
people that was no.
Yeah.
People that was no. The function started at our events. That's where the function started at.
Yeah.
And just make it clear, the function started at our events. We talking about from '94 to the early 2000s. We had that on lock.
Yeah.
On lock.
And shout out to the youngsters is doing their things and doing their thing.
Oh man, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. Like I've seen how a lot of people segue into doing other stuff, and they're doing big things. Like I'm not even knocking that.
The whole thing is to bring a diverse community and crowd together as one. And have somewhere, shout out to Jarrell Bay, what she used to promote, have a safe space for all these kids to go to and dance. Shout out to Johnny Five, with Inc. And that's the whole thing, man, bringing the community together and just, doing it that way. So,
I mean, just like how Turfn start becoming like competitions. I remember some of your early videos where I think you was down in LA, going against the people down there that was the crump. They was crumping down.
Yeah,
that's how certain things start, and it grows and elevates to a whole different thing outside of the area where it originally started from.
Exactly. So I'm thankful.
Man,
I'm blessed and thankful to be a part. And I always say, because some people give me the, you started it now. I'm always wondering, and I think Renee and you share the same thing. We just a part of this is all one, man. We just all a part of something.
Yeah.
This is our culture, and we preserving it, and we giving it to the world. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful to be in a position.
You guys came up under the earlier foundation of how Turfn
Yeah,
came to what it is today.
yeah,
You guys come under that early foundation. You kind of like the OGs in that Turfn area, amongst with the other folks that were kind of, collaborated. I didn't get a chance to meet a lot of some of those other folks that kind of, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like I never had no interaction with them, but I heard their names and I heard a little bit of their history and how they were part of the culture.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So that you couldn't patent that and
Right.
you make it money. It's on a whole different level now.
Man, hey, but at the end of the day, man, we have a very strong brother, man. And, shout out to him. Haven't spoke to him in a while, man, and he patented that. And man, we thankful, man. We kept it, we kept it inside still, no matter what, So, we moving in a positive direction, man. Like I said, this is for a diverse community, bringing people together, man, and just letting everybody know our culture and where it comes from.
Just like what's the name of that group? Is it the Turfn?
Yeah, dope.
They were in Kendrick's halftime show.
Yeah.
That's big.
I actually just see. Yeah, I see
that's big.
Yeah.
And I didn't know because I didn't see none of their faces, but I was like, them dudes dancing like they from the Bay. They had that Bay vibe. Like I was like, these cats from the Bay.
That's all Turf dancers in there. Yeah.
After the halftime show, when all the people start talking about stuff, it was the Turfings from, what I'm saying, the dance from Turfings. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. I was like, them dudes from the Bay. I was like,
hey, you know what?
They whole flag just had Oakland Bay in it. You could just tell.
Marcus, let me say this, man. They taking it to some other places. They getting experiences that we probably would never get in our life again, but you never know. But they doing their thing. Yeah, we happy for them, man. They doing their thing, man.
That's what's up.
Yep.
But yeah, man, shout out to you, bro, for stopping by once again on Turfn Talk.